Stop. Over there.
Okay, the first thing you're going to do when you first start a line of beading is you're going to string on a stop bead. It's on your needle. You're going to pull your thread through all the way through till you have a couple inches on the end. And you're going to go back through. I'm just laying it here so you can see what I'm doing. Back through this side of it. Like this, and then pull it through. Make sure you still have thread at the other end. This is your stop bead. When you're done, you'll be able to slide it off your thread, and it won't be part of your final bead work. This bead pattern is, I'm going to switch this here, 10 beads apart, 10 beads across. So there are 11 warp threads. So you will need to string on one more warp thread than you have beads across for your pattern. Let's see, I can get this lined up for you so you can see what I'm doing up close this time. I've got the stop bead. I'm going to pick up 10 white beads. You just scoop them up. Slide them up to the stop bead on your thread like this. You're going to take this underneath. You're going to pop a bead between every single one of these threads, but except this one, which is going to stay on the outside. Get this where you can, right there. So, let's see here. Okay. Here we go. You can see what I'm doing now. Okay. I'm going to start popping them in there like little soldiers. First row can be a little tricky, and I forgot to tighten up my rollers like I should have to start with. So here we go. If you're having trouble, sometimes I'll just run the needle through the first couple of beads and then just one at a time pop them through. Sometimes it makes getting that first row done a lot easier. Like that. Don't go through the stop bead. And you can go all, pull your thread. If you find that your beadwork is like figure 8 shaped, or if the sides are pulling in too much, just be real gentle. Move this over. How you handle pulling in this loop. See the loop? Pull it real slow. And to start with, if you seem to have trouble pulling too tight, what you can do is take a darning needle, or this is like a large, can you see this? This is a large eye needle. Just put that through the loop like this. So I'm getting out of your range here. Hold on. Get back in camera range here. I've got this through the loop. Snug it, pull it out. Stop pulling. There's a little loop there. Do you see? Just real gentle. So if you're having trouble being even-handed with your loom, that might be a little, not a large needle, but like a big eye needle, looming needle. It wouldn't have to be small enough to go through the beads, but it should be close to that size. You just hold it in that loop and control what you're doing. If you find yourself where you're pulling like this too tight, see, like this, you want to be a little more relaxed than that. Pull that stop bead out of the works there. And now that we have this first row on, actually you can just pull that stop bead off and get it out of your way. As you can see, some of my thread, I'm gonna have to pull this up even so the tail is not quite as long. Just see, like that. Just kind of, you don't want that tail in your way, but just kind of pull it out of your way. Now, I'm gonna add a couple rows of beads with this. Let's see here, up close where you can see it. Let me pull this away from that. Do this onto that so you can see the background. You can see the little tiny loop on this side. Here we go. Start our beadwork. And this is a necklace I'm making for my cousin Terry. The next row is going to have a white bead, a glitter green bead. Oops, let me see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 white beads. Okay, now I'm going to put this, add this row. You don't need a stop bead for this row. Carefully pop them into place. Let's see, I'm going to come in here and make sure those are over the warps and push your needle through. You should be able to see the silver of your needle glint through your beads. If you're concerned, that you missed a warp, which that can be a problem, you'll have threads floating over the top of you can slide this forward and you can see if one is over the top. It's not, so just pull that. And for the people who have trouble with their beadwork being too tight, you can just put your little needle through here and then stop. And just pull just a very little bit. Now I'll do the next row, which is going to be a dark green. Oops, nope, it's going to be a glitter, and then a green, and then a glitter. Glitter, green, glitter, and then 4 white beads. Beads, and then it's going to be glitter, green, glitter again. Glitter, green, glitter. Let's see what I'm doing here. Kind of space those out. Pop into place. You can run your needle through like this. I'm just checking to make sure that the needle went over those warp threads and not under them. You can pull that and pull this way. Gentle. Now I'm going to pull the camera back a little bit so you can see everything I'm doing here. Okay, real quick, I had a request to show how the strawberry at the top of these tomato pin cushions work. This little strawberry, you can run your needles through them to sharpen them. I'm going to show you that real quick. you can have this set down on the table when you do it. This little strawberry, you can put your needle through it a few times and it helps sharpen and clean it. Get any like maybe beeswax residue off of it. And that's how you use the strawberry on top of the pin cushion. And now I'm gonna put the camera close up on the beadwork again, and just so you can get the idea how to loom work. Kind of, oops. Hope you can see this. Okay. Let me do add some more beads. If you have any questions, put them in the comments, and I check daily. If there's something you'd like me to show you in a video, just let me know and I'll do the best I can. Okay, the next row is going to be white glitter green. White glitter green, white green green. These are check size 11 beads. It's my preference for beadwork on the loom and for my brick stitch and embroidery work also. So here we go. We're going to slide those in. They're actually sliding in a little easier than they normally would. If you have troubles getting them on, like I said, you can put this one in first and run your needle through to hold it in place while you get the other ones one at a time through. Nice and easy, just pull it through, just like that. Make sure everything's straight, that there's not like, it's not like warped up like that. Just make sure everything's just kind of in place. You can take, let's see here, if you're having trouble lining up, if you have like something like this, a little larger, you know, this is a weaving needle. But you could use this if you have trouble, you know, to see if it's straight or not. Just gently push this here. You'll get a nice straight edge there to do your beadwork. If it gets kind of off kilter a little bit, this will help you get it right back in shape. That, any little, you know, a ruler, just, you know, something like I have this is a bead scoop. You could, you know, even use that edge. Just real gentle. Get that lined up. Let's see the next row. I also usually have a piece of if I've started the beadwork and this is the second piece, I will lay this piece beside my loom and work off of that for the pattern rather than have to flip through a book or copy it down. Or once you complete just one section of this particular pattern, you can just, after you've beaded the first section, you can just refer back to that first section to bead the rest of it.